They do have bonuses, stop pay, detention, all of those things additional to that as well. But the actual base pay is $62. They pay biweekly. So all of the amounts that they have for the benefits are on that biweekly basis.
So I went in, tried to do a little research on you guys, and during my research, I can't seem to find anything negative about you guys as far as the company goes. So I only have a few questions, if I may.
Absolutely, sir.
Awesome. All right, so you guys are located out of Wisconsin, right?
Yes, Sauk City, Wisconsin.
The position that was being offered looks like a regional position, Midwest position, a home every weekend position. Are you familiar with that?
So yes, you would be home every week for your 34-hour reset. It may not always be perfectly Saturday and Sunday, but it's always at the end of the week.
Quick question on the 34-hour reset, because I'm kind of racking my brain around that. So that's not like a full 2 days, because I kind of need my weekends because I have family obligations. So would that be able to be worked out in some kind of way?
If you have prior family obligations, then yes, we can plan around that. I am just not able to guarantee you a full 48 hours home or perfectly Saturday and Sunday, just being in the recruiting office.
Awesome, and great answer. I appreciate your honesty on that. All right, so as far as orientation goes, how would you guys get me up there? And how long is the orientation?
Our orientation is done virtually online. We have a Luma system where you just log in and do your videos and paperwork. So by the time you get to the actual office, your drug screen and paperwork is already done. You only spend 1 day with us, and we do pay $200 for that orientation.
Is that $200 paid in like a com data card, or would that be on my first paycheck or something?
It's case by case. If you need an advance, that's different, but usually it's just on your first paycheck.
What type of benefits do you guys offer?
Let me pull up that benefits package because I do get them mixed up. I'm bad about that. So one moment.
My most important is health, dental, and vision.
Absolutely. All right. So I'm pulling that package up. All right. So your medical insurance would be through the health plan, and depending on which package that you choose. Well, first of all, let me say this, that on the regional position tiers, the starting rate for that position is 62 cents per mile. They do have bonuses, stop pay, detention, all of those things additional to that as well. But the actual base pay is 62. They pay biweekly. So all of the amounts that they have for the benefits are on that biweekly basis.
Bi-weekly, you mean as in every 2 weeks?
That's correct. They do pay every 2 weeks.
And the starting pay is how much again?
It's 62 cents per mile.
62 cent a mile. That's even for a 10-year driver?
Yes, the current starting rate is 62.
62.
16. 6.
Yeah, 62. 10 years.
Okay, yes, sir.
And paid every 2 weeks.
That's correct. They pay every 2 weeks.
Continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to stop you. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to let you know, because that's the amounts that I'm giving you. So the medical rate will depend on which package that you choose, but it can range anywhere from $119. So that would be on a biweekly rate.
Now, as far as the medical, what type of prescriptions, as far as will my prescriptions be covered, or depending on the deductible that I choose?
Correct. So there's different programs. So as long as they are in network, it depends on the prescription, but it says anywhere from $10 to $60 copay, depending on which tier and which package that you get.
Other benefits? What are your other benefits that you guys offer?
Mm-hmm. They have medical, dental, vision, FSA account, your life insurance, long-term, short-term disability. They have everything. They have of the different benefit programs, voluntary life, company paid life. I can actually send you a whole package if you want to go through and get all the, every year they add more stuff that I've never heard of. So
Gotcha.
Take a look at some.
Do you guys have a rider policy?
We do allow riders, yes, sir, over the age of 11.
What about a pet policy?
We do also have a pet policy. It's 1 pet per truck.
You did mention every 2 weeks and the starting pay will be 62 cents a mile, even for a 10-year driver such as myself. How often are the raise come in?
So on here, let me tell you what it would big. So the next raise would be to 66 cents per mile with the company, and that no more than 3 years with the company. So it would just be based off of productivity, but no more than 3 years you would have received your 66 bump.
So it's capped at 66 cents a mile after 3 years or 3 years.
Only at the 3 years, and then at 6 years max is 68. So what they're saying is you could get the raise before the 3 years or at the 3 years, but it will never be beyond the 3 years. And then same thing with the 6 years, 68.
All right, 62 start, 66 cent third year, 68 cent 6 years, about 6
That's
years.
Correct. That, of course, is not counting any of your additionals, bonuses, all that.
The equipment, what equipment do you guys have, and are they manuals or automatics?
Most of our equipment are automatic, sir. They have the Freightliner Cascadias open now. They are fully equipped, so they have your APUs, inverters, and refrigerators on them. And they actually do all of their maintenance there in Sauk City, Wisconsin at the main office. They have a fuel aisle in there, so you'll be able to come through and get your equipment looked at very frequently.
And you say you guys do have some manuals?
Yes, but I do not know if the seatable trucks are manual.
Gotcha.
I believe the manuals are seated.
I do have a few drivers that are friends of mine. Unfortunately, they have unfortunate backgrounds. Do you guys help out SAP drivers that's on the Step 6 program, or do you guys accept SAP drivers to drive for you?
The program would have had to be completed as well as the test over 3 years old.
And I guess I got a couple of more questions. Again, this is because I got driver friends, and I'll pass the information on to them. What's the least experience that you guys will bring on?
6 months with one carrier.
6 months with one carrier. All right. Well, is there anything that I probably missed that I might need to know?
Well, I would say that is a small company. Like we said, it's based out of Sauk City, Wisconsin, but they are a very good company. Like you said, there's not going to be too much negative out there about them. They only have a 2% turnover rate. That means they've got something figured out, right? All of the people that's in the office there in Sauk City are either previous or current drivers. Even one of our main driver managers, he doesn't like to sit still. He gets out there and he delivers loads. So he's up to date on everything that's happening. And they also obviously know how to plan you properly. They see things from your point of view rather than you always having to kind of fight with them to see things your way. So they must be doing something right with that 2% turnover. When I send out information, I include our CSA score. So you can see that you are working with people that take care of their equipment. They care about you on the road, and they're not just leaving you out there in a pile of junk. So anyway, with all that to say, once you fill out your application, you can talk directly to the hiring manager if you haven't already, and asking you questions about the exact lane itself, because he has all of that information. And you can come in and meet everybody. You can come in the office and meet everybody face to face with that if you prefer, before you even commit to the job. So being that I am out of Ohio, I am able to take the truck home, right? Yes. Very good. If you have parking for the truck and maybe a trailer, then yes, you're justified to do so. Very good. Well, thank you very much for the information. I really do appreciate it. Absolutely. We'll hope to talk to you soon. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Fuchs Trucking, everybody. Now, the only thing that I guess I feel as a negative is to pay every 2 weeks. I don't think I can get with that. I've been getting paid every week. And in 10 years, you kind of get accustomed to that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to jump from every week, every Friday, like clockwork, to every other week whenever that payment schedule day. It could be on a Thursday. It could be on a Friday. It could be every other Friday. It could be every other Thursday. I don't know. Maybe the 1st and the 15th type deal. I don't know if I can get used to that. You will literally have to change up. Like if you got bills that you pay every week that comes out of your paycheck every week, maybe you could still do that considering when you change over. But I'm talking about as a new driver, 6 months, one company coming in, and you going to start getting paid every 2 weeks. You really have to make some switch ups. I'm just saying. To be honest, I am not used to getting paid every 2 weeks. So I think for me, that's going to be a negative. Another thing, too, is 10-year drivers. 10-year drivers, 10-year plus drivers.
I'm not talking about the under 10-year drivers. Hell, I'm not even talking about the 5-year drivers, because it's going to be the same across the board. But I'm talking about drivers that been out here for like 10 plus years. It's the going rate, and it's pretty much set. You can't change their minds considering how many years you have. You can have 15, you can have 20. If you started trucking this is 2024 now, you've been driving for 24 years. Now, if you started driving in 2014, then you've been driving for 10 years. You see what I'm saying? So when I started at 30-something cents a mile, and then ended at the one company at about 40 cents a mile, went to the next company with maybe 2 cents more a mile, and then the next company after that, and then jumped all the way up to like in the 60s and stuff like that. That was back in the day. That was a couple of years ago. This is 2024. So if you're already making somewhere around 62 cents, 59 cents, even though a couple of cents more would be great, it still ain't much considering your years of experience. So let's just say you started at 50 cents and you worked with the company for 10 plus years. Some way, somehow they go out of business. You was making anywhere between 60 and 70 or maybe 80 cents a mile because you get a raise every so often. Now that company went under and you had to start all the way back at the bottom at 62 cents a mile. Now 3 years with the company, you get 66 cents per mile. 6 years with the company, you get 68 cents a mile. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it will be capped after that. But let's just say you worked with a company that was giving you 67 cents a mile. Or you was working with a company that was giving you 65 cents a mile. Here it is, you going with a company, getting paid every 2 weeks, no matter what your experience is, you coming in at 62 cents a mile and getting paid every 2 weeks. Now, I don't know how some of you guys feel about that, but for me, I hate to say this, but it is a negative. But maybe it might be right for some new drivers that can conform to the every 2 week getting paid, I guess. If you can, if you're a new driver, you've been with Swift, you've been with any other starter companies for more than 6 months, and it's to get paid every 2 weeks and jump up to 62 cents a mile. Maybe that'll work for you. But I kind of hear that the starter companies is starting anywhere between 59 and 60 cents a mile, though. So that's still worth the jump from what you was making and getting paid every week to 62 cents and getting paid every 2 weeks. I don't know. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments below. But Fuchs Trucking, Fuchs, a logistics company out of Wisconsin, they will get you up there. You got to find out how they'll get you up there to get your truck. Everything else, the paperwork, the videos, your drug screening, and your DOT. Well, if you're already driving, you should have your DOT physical already. But if you don't have your DOT physical, you should be able to get it and have all that done before you even get up to Wisconsin. $200 in your pocket, they'll get you up there to get you in the truck, and you'll be rolling. Now, of course, I did do my research, and I honestly can't find nothing bad about the company. Google has a 4.0 rating with only two 1-star ratings, and that's coming from people complaining about the drivers on the road. But the drivers themselves give the company 3 or 4 stars. So that might be saying something. Those guys might be good at getting 62 cents and getting paid every 2 weeks. Might be a good thing for them. Again, experience differs between different people. They say that the companies have a good relationship with their drivers, staff. They said the company has a good family feel to it, but you guys know how I feel about companies saying family. That's just here nor there for me. A couple of places like Indeed say that Fuchs, if I'm pronouncing it right, trucking is a good place to work for those who love trucking, and that the company rewards professional drivers with time off, new trucks, and quick repairs. While Glassdoor says the trucking company cares about its drivers, staffs, maintains a good relationship with the drivers. But the job involves long hours and being away from home. Of course, this is trucking. Trucking is going to always involve long hours. Hell, we work 70 hours a week. We drive 11 hours a day. So what trucking company don't have long hours and be away from home? Especially if you over the road. I'm from Ohio. I'm going to work for a trucking company in Wisconsin. Of course I'm going to be away from home. Speaking of which, the home time, she can't guarantee no more than 34-hour reset. That's it. Can't guarantee a 48 or straight 2-day. Can't even guarantee you to get home on a Friday, but she can guarantee you your 34-hour reset. Why? Because it's mandatory for you to have a 34-hour reset. That's why you can guarantee it. Of course, you can guarantee a 34-hour reset because it's federally regulated. But she can't guarantee a 48. Maybe if you have situations like me, or you have home situations which you need to have your straight 2 days, possible. She said it could be worked out. Facebook says 92% of the reviewers on Fuchs Trucking recommend the company. It's Fuchs. I am bad with names. Fuchs is a full-service trucking company that serves the lower 48 states, and they have been in business for over 60 years. They take pride in their customer service and their drivers. So if Fuchs Trucking is a company that you might be interested in, look them up, give them a call, see what they got to offer. Until next time, everybody.
Who's next?